Guys, the purpose of this video is to show you that just because a company puts a sticker on your tape that says they couldn't convert it does not mean that your tape is lost. Those companies just don't do repairs. You need to find a small business that will actually give this a shot. As you can see here, this is not my first encounter with this red sticker. Let's see what I can do. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sean with Emerald Coast Digitizing. I convert tapes and films to digital here in Pensacola, Florida. If you need someone to do this for you, check out my website, emeraldcoastdigitizing.com. Let's get on with the video. Got a tape here. It's a rejected tape from Legacy Box. A customer sent it to me to try to recover it. Let's see what's wrong with it, see if we can fix it. It's probably not that bad. This company just does not do any repairs at all. So if your tapes are older, I wouldn't send them off to this company because they will send them back with a sticker on them that says, your analog media arrived with one of the following: mold or broken tape housing, environmental damage, water, heat, etc. So unfortunately, we were unable to convert it. What I've learned is that people see these stickers and they think that their tapes are too old or deteriorated to be transferred, but really just the bigger mail-in companies, they just do not do repairs. They don't do anything. If your tape doesn't play the first time they try it, they're just going to put a sticker on it and move on to the next one. So just know that going in whenever you're trying to choose a digitizing company. This does happen with a lot of the bigger companies. This would never really, I don't think this would ever happen with a small company. They would call you and talk to you about it before they just put a sticker on it and sent it back to you. Anyways, that's what I would do. I would call the customer and ask them, hey, how important is this tape? You know, if it was football games or something like that, they might not want to spend the money to get it recovered. But this one's super important to them, so we're going to take a look. First, let's check and see what's going on with the tape. The screwdriver does not have a magnet on it. Alright. Oh, okay. I can already tell what's wrong with it. The stopper in there is messed up. So I should be able to put the screwdriver in here and lift the tape up. But it is not, so I'm guessing that's the only problem with this tape. Let's check it out though. First thing, gotta unscrew it. Most tapes have 5 or 6 screws, fairly easy to unscrew. I mean, check for rust. If there's rust, then you really want to be careful. You might strip them. But worst case scenario, you just have to replace the tape housing. But yeah, this tape looks like it's in pretty good shape. I really am just thinking that something's come apart on the lock here. So we got all of our screws undone. Flip it over, pull the lid off. We'll take a look in here. Okay, I can see what the problem is right now already. You should not be able to see through there. Whatever this is broken, and it is not unlocking the reels like it's supposed to. So let's see if we can replace that. I'm also seeing a little bit of mold on this tape. Another thing that these big companies will mail your tapes back to you if they see. So we'll go ahead and clean that off first. And I've got a donor tape here, something every digitizing company should have. So we're just gonna take this reels out of this blank tape here, put these to the side. And we're gonna put these reels into this tape housing and replace it. But first, let's clean this mold off. So to clean the mold off, we're going to put it in this basic rewinder here. And we are just going to take a look and see and kind of assess the damage here and see if this mold is going to stick at all. So I'm just rotating it slowly to see if there's any resistance around the mold. It doesn't really seem that bad. I've seen way worse. So let's go ahead and rewind this tape. So what I'm going to use is a peck pad. It's a very soft, lint-free cloth. And I'm not going to put any kind of solution on it. I'm just going to give myself a little slack here. I'm going to take the peck pad. I'm going to wrap it around the tape reel and get it nice and flat. And now we're just going to put the rewinder in fast forward. And we're just going to babysit this and press the trigger down here. Once we get it going, I like to throw the screwdriver in there just to hold it so I can keep my hands on the reels. Sometimes give it a little bit more tension. You can add a speed controller by using a dimmer switch, but this is just the way I do it. And you could take a clamp and you could clamp this down, and you could automate this a little bit, but I really like to hand clean every tape I bring in. And there's lots of different cleaner, you know, homemade cleaners out there. There's some 3D printed one. There's even a guy selling one. But I don't think any of those things work as well as this. This is just an easy way to do it. It's safe. It's not a lot that can go wrong. There's not really any seriously heavy duty torque on the motors. I mean, this thing was made to do this almost. Anything that was made in the last 10 years or so, 5 years or so, I feel like the motors are just too powerful on them. Unnecessarily. And this never fails me. This always works. Done this 1,000 times. This seems to work really well, so this is just the way I do it. So I'm going to finish this up and I'll check back in when we put the tape back together. And you can see there, look how clean. And just look how clean the tape is. That really did the job. Not a big deal. This is taking me all of 10 minutes to do this. Alright, now we're at the end of the tape. Let's take it off and see what we got off of there. Not a whole lot. Our reels are looking pretty good. There is some staining on the inside of the reel here, so we'll wipe it off too. Now for that, I will use a little bit of 90% isopropyl alcohol. And I'll just wipe it down. You gotta be careful here. If you have fat fingers, you can break the reels. And that's not a big deal, but this just adds an extra step. If you break the reel, you gotta replace the reel. So this reel seems like it's in pretty good shape to me, so we're just gonna reuse it. Now everything's wiped off. Nothing on the leader tape. All right, this tape is ready to go back into the housing, or into a new housing. All right, we've got our new housing here. Let's just take a look at the difference between the old one and the new one. So the new one here, you can't see through that hole. And when you press up, you see it move there. And what happens is when this moves, it goes back and it releases the reels. Now if you look on the old housing, I'm not sure if it's broken. I'm pretty sure it is. But there's no way for the VCR to unlock the reels, because when you put this in the VCR, it sits down and there's a spike that presses in there and moves those reels back. We probably could just replace that one part with this part here, which is very similar, probably the same thing. But I'm just going to replace the whole housing because I have one. So we'll take this out of the way. We're going to use this one. So the way I like to do this, I like to put the right reel out of the way above the tape. Slide this in like that. And then I'll take the top reel and bring it around. Make sure it's not upside down or backwards. Bring it around, slide it through, and just drop it in like that. And then I can test the tape by spinning, and if this clicks and this clicks, then we're looking good. So now all we have to do is put the lid back on. Hold it tight, flip it over. We're going to put screws back in it. And then we're going to test the tape to see if we're going to have any other trouble with it. But I wouldn't be surprised if that was the only thing wrong. And we probably didn't even need to clean the mold off. It probably still would have played, but might as well do the job completely. It'll work. But first we have to rewind it, because it is at the very end of the reel. Alright, and she's rewinding. So we'll just let that tape rewind all the way, and in the meantime, we'll take this sticker off and put it on here. The easiest way to take the sticker off is with a hair dryer. So we'll just heat it up, get that nice and warm. And once it's warmed up, that sticker should come right off. And we'll put this tape back together just to have something for the thumbnail. I think that's going to be a good one. Tape is fully rewound. Let's see if it plays. Alright, now we're over here by the computer. Let's go ahead and see if this tape plays. Press play. I'm not going to show too much of the video, but ooh, the quality of it's pretty. The quality leaves a lot to be desired, but it looks like a wedding video. So this was a super important tape. This is someone's wedding. I'm glad I was able to get it to play. Tape is coming through perfectly fine. So I hope this video shows you that just because a company sends your tapes back and says they're not able to be copied, that is not the case. Find a small business that does this all the time. If you want me to do it, check out the website, digitizing.com. We do huge projects like this. I even have another project on the table that was sent over as well with lots of mold on it. And you can see here, this is also one of the other companies, the Legacy Box companies, boxes. If your tapes are in bad shape, 100% don't send them off to a big company. Find a small business that cares to do this for you. And hopefully this video helps those of you who are trying to fix your tapes at home. If you like this video, like and subscribe, check out these other videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.